In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 biggest habits that I've implemented into my own life that have totally changed the trajectory of my life. And I'm also going to talk about how I've implemented them and some tips so you guys can do the exact same. I also have 2 quick bonus tips at the end that I think will help you guys, so stick around for that. Now, with that said, the first tip that I've implemented is reading. Now, before you guys say, oh, I'm not a reader, that's not me. Believe me, I was the furthest thing from someone that was a reader. Middle school, high school, I absolutely hated reading. I think this just stems from school kind of teaching us to hate reading. We're required to read things that we don't like, and we're required to do things based on that reading that we just don't enjoy, we don't like, right? And I first started reading, I think, right when I got out of high school. I read one book that I really enjoyed and I got a lot out of, and then just from there, I've just read pretty much anything I can lay my hands on. I've probably read over 200 and something books since then in the last 3-4 years. So believe me, if I can do it, someone who literally was in a special class, I believe in like 4th grade because I couldn't read and comprehend, you guys can do the same and really implement this and benefit from it.
Wow, bro, that's great. I'm getting chills up here.
But it doesn't have to be reading a physical book. You guys can do this on a Kindle. You guys can listen to audiobooks. It's kind of in the same realm of listening to podcasts as well, watching YouTube videos. The main premise is just continuing your education and continuing to grow and learn through other resources like books, podcasts, and things like that. A couple reasons why this has really helped me. Number one is just focus, right? So many people just don't have the ability to sit down for 10 minutes and just focus on just reading, right? Before picking up your phone or thinking about doing something else. Just being able to sit down and read for 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour can really just start to train your focus. So that's one quick, easy tip that has helped me personally. Now, number 2 is obviously learning things that you can apply in your daily life. So I absolutely would not be in the position I am now if I didn't read, right? I've learned so many things financially that I was able to implement, so many things business-wise, mindset-wise, habit-wise, like how to learn these habits and apply them, all came from reading. So just by simply getting in the habit of reading, acquiring knowledge is going to completely change your life. So the third one is reading is just super beneficial to broaden your beliefs and your just general view of the world, right? There's a really good quote that I like. I don't know the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, once you learn something new or you see the world in a new way, your mind never goes back, right? So once you learn what's possible or you learn these new things and you see the world through a different lens, you can't unsee that and unlearn that.
What do you mean by that?
So your mind is just constantly expanding and it never really goes back. So once you learn these things, you never really unlearn them, and you're just going to continue to see the world in a different light than everyone else who's just not reading and not exposing themselves to new knowledge, beliefs, and mindsets.
Okay.
Now, the second habit for me was journaling. Now, this is something that I started maybe 3-4 years ago, and it first started out as just a gratitude practice for me, and then also writing out my goals every single morning. So this is something that I just heard a lot of successful people did, so I figured I'm going to try to do the exact same thing. So I just started out by writing 3 things I'm grateful for every single morning. I did this religiously for about a year and a half, and then also writing out my goals and priorities every single morning, which kind of just helped me start my day with a positive mindset, right? When we wake up, we know we have to do a million different things. Some things carry over from the day before, so it's really easy to start your day on a bad note. So for me, just starting my day with gratitude and kind of just really helped me see the world in a more positive light and train my mentality to just see the good in a lot of different things. And then after kind of doing that practice, I slowly graduated to doing kind of like a monthly review. So each month I would write out everything that I did that past month, what I thought was good, what I thought was bad, where my social media was at, where my finances were at, and then every single month I can track my progress. And then also I started to plan out my day every single night in a journal, just writing out my priorities, what I need to do for the next day. And this just really helped me stay organized. And then now kind of still doing all of those other things, but also just journaling on a daily basis, writing out my thoughts, where my head's at, things that I'm trying to process. And it's really helped me in a lot of different ways. Number one is just clarity. If you don't know where you're trying to go, it's hard to move in a certain direction. So clarity really helps with motivation and focus. It also just helps me to reinforce the goals that I'm trying to do and really just stay organized, right? There's so many different things that go on throughout the day, things that I need to keep track of, and it's hard to just keep it all in my head. So just simply writing it all down, trying to organize myself, making sure the priorities are staying the priorities, as well as just processing everything else throughout my life, has really just helped me overall in so many different ways that I just can't even put into one quick little segment. Now, the third one that really helped me was meditation and visualization. Now, again, this can come in so many different forms. For me, it was starting out as mainly a visualization thing. And this is just something that I just started practicing with and exploring through other books that I read, right? Getting back to that first habit. It kind of woke me up to this idea of visualization and meditation. I've, growing up, never known anybody in my family family that meditated, did visualization. So it's not like I had like a parent who was making me do all this stuff. I just kind of figured it out on my own. But it's been really instrumental in helping me get the gym, helping me get into the bigger and next things that I'm going to be doing in my life, and just visualizing it before it actually happened. There's a lot of good books on the law of attraction, so if you want to read up on that, go ahead. And then in terms of meditation, this has been really good just to keep my mind clear, kind of stay a little more level-headed. Obviously, there's a lot of ups and downs in entrepreneurship, running businesses. There's good things that happen, there's bad things. And again, there's just a lot of things going on mentally. So just being able to sit down in a quiet room for 5-10 minutes and just not think about anything, try to focus on your breath, all of these things has really helped me just kind of remain calm. And again, just kind of keep me organized in a sense mentally, right? If you just letting these thoughts run in your head all day long and you're not really taking time to consolidate these thoughts, you can get really stressed out, you can get anxious. So for me, this has really helped me. The meditation's been on and off. Right now, it's been really consistent over the last couple months, but it's been something that I've been experimenting with for years now. And again, the visualization has been absolutely instrumental in, for me, getting everything that I've gotten so far, and going to be instrumental in everything that I do going forward. Now, when it comes to how to implement all of these things, again, these are not things that I grew up with. I did not read it all until I was like out of high school. I didn't journal until I was out of high school. Never heard of people actually doing it. Same thing with meditation, visualization. I never even heard of people doing it until I started reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, and things like that. So the first thing that I would say is to pick one of these, right? I did not do all of these all at the same exact time and try to do them for an hour every single day. The first one that I did, like I said, was the journaling. I'd write down 3 things I'm grateful for every single morning, and then I'd write down one of my goals, my biggest goal. Do that every single morning, took about a minute, done. So for me, tip number 2 is find the most enjoyable way to do it. So again, this is the type of thing that I wanted to do, and I found enjoyable and really helpful for me. Point number 3 is find the easiest, simplest way to do it every single day. So if you want to acquire the habit of reading, you don't start out by saying you want to read an hour a day because, okay, now I got to read, I got to do an hour. There's no way I'm going to do that. But if you say, okay, I'm just going to read for 1 minute, it's very easy to fit into your day, and you're going to start to do it every day. Now, once you do, it's important you change your identity, right? That's the biggest thing. If you want to change a habit, you have to start saying, I'm a reader. I'm a person who reads every day. And even if you just do it for a minute, again, you're someone who reads every single day, so it's going to help you start to build that habit. And then the 4th tip is attach it to something you already do within your day. So for me, waking up in the morning, I would have right away go to that. So my trigger for doing my journaling was my just simply waking up every single morning. So now when I do my meditation, it's every night before I go to bed. So it's not like I just randomly pick a time throughout the day. I have a set time before I go to bed. That's my trigger to meditate for 10 minutes. So just pick a simple way to do it, and then just do it very, very lightly and simply every single day until it's a habit, and then increase from there. Now, my 2 bonus tips, 2 habits that I guess you could say the habits that I have acquired that have really helped me so far is, number 1, fuck what people think. I think too many people do too many things based on what other people are going to think of them. If you're just trying to please other people or based on what other people are going to think of you, you're going to be very unhappy. So yeah, that's tip number 1. Number 2 is make a decision and run with it. Way too many people that I see, especially in the 18 to 24-year-old range, want to do too many things, so they never do any of them, and then all of a sudden 5 years later they still want to do everything and they still haven't done anything. So whatever it is, you want to do this, or you want to try something in your business, just fucking do it. And then don't look back. Try it for a couple months. If it doesn't work, boom, reset, do something else. Indecision, in what I have seen, is the worst decision. Now, I'm not saying just make a quick decision and go and do random shit. I'm saying if there's a quality decision or there's a couple things that you want to do, make a decision and run with it. Don't look back. Do it for a year, 2 years, couple months. If it doesn't work, you can scratch it and go back. But again, there's way too many people that I've seen, and that's something that I have done multiple times in my life. Dropping out of college, didn't look back. Getting a gym in COVID, didn't look back. Starting up this, not looking back, right? Make a decision, stick with it. Indecision's the worst decisions. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, as always, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. We'll see you guys in another video soon. Peace.